You mean to tell me that while we were out here thinking that love and hip-hop was just about hair-pulling and shade-throwing, there was a whole underground scandal brewing that just exploded in front of the judge? Oh, you're not prepared for this one because, according to sources who may or may not have Wi-Fi in the courthouse bathroom, Bambi was visibly shaking as damning footage surfaced. What is the chaos in the courtroom with Bambi? And why is Stevie J suddenly sweating bullets over a sacrilege never wanted the world to see? And now everyone and their mama's cousin are watching this leaked tape like it's the Zapruder movie of reality TV. And guess who's at the center of this conflagration? Little Scrappy's name is all over these documents, and things don't look good. Was this a setup, a revenge plot, or the biggest reality TV cover-up of the decade? Stay put because what we're about to reveal will make you rethink everything you believed you knew about. Bambi, Stevie J, and the courtroom circus, they just turned into a drama fit for a season finale. Let's get started. Imagine this. Bambi enters the courtroom wearing a Met Gala outfit, all composed and calm until the screen went blank. The judge even leaned forward at that point. And Stevie J's face broke, because the footage that was shown on the monitor wasn't just any evidence. It was the kind of footage that leaks, goes viral, and burns everything it comes into contact with. Let's take a moment to remember that this didn't begin today. Though this courtroom showdown is the grand finale of a drama-filled story that has been simmering behind the scenes like an expired bottle of Cairo. It began when Lil Scrappy and Bambi's relationship shifted from love and hip-hop to Law & Order Atlanta victims unit, people close to the situation by which we mean people who pose as interns at VH1 and drink in the same clubs as backup dancers, say that this court date is meant to be a routine family legal matter. But the moment Stevie J arrived, with that slick smirk, and everyone knew that this would not be a quiet hearing, so who is involved? Bambi is accused of orchestrating a messy behind-the-scenes affair. Stevie J is somehow embroiled in a scandal that isn't even his. And Lil Scrappy's name is constantly being brought up on a windy rooftop. What is the accusation? Apparently, this secret evidence that Stevie brought in shows that Bambi set up Scrappy, manipulated court filings, and attempted to erase receipts that could have saved his neck. We're talking about full-blown betrayal, fake smiles, and confidential documents mysteriously disappearing, and Stevie J is the one who claims to have found the missing link and has been holding on to it like a mixtape no label would touch until now. Let's not forget that Stevie J and Bambi's relationship isn't exactly full of trust. They've been at odds both legally and financially. However, it gets worse because the footage in question is surveillance clips and leaked voice memos that show Bambi having some not-so-innocent conversations with people she swore she didn't even talk to for years. Stevie J has been subtly disparaging people backstage on social media during brunches with people's mothers watching. But no one ever anticipated that he would enter a courtroom and play gotcha with a flash drive full of chaos. Insiders are now calling this the betrayal bomb, and it seems to be so bad that even Mona Scott is allegedly separating herself from the entire cast until things settle down, because if what was shown in that courtroom is true, it could ruin careers in addition to reputations. The video purports to show Bambi talking to a mystery man about changing statements that would impact Scrappy's custody case, altering as in tampering with legal truth, as in felony behavior if proven. According to anonymous tips sent to several blogs, we're talking about the kind of blogs that get their information from hairdressers and hotel staff. The audio in Chile is even worse, as a woman who sounds eerily like Bambi is heard saying, "He ain't ever going to see this coming, let him drown, that's what he gets for playing me." Twitter lost its collective mind the moment that courtroom footage leaked. And yes, someone risked jail time to send it to a gossip page. One user wrote, "Bambi playing 4D chess while Scrappy thought they were co-parenting. I'm crying." Another wrote, "Stevie J dropped that flash drive like Thanos snapping." The whole room evaporated, and even celebrities started chiming in. Apparently, we're not voice analysis experts, but the streets are convinced it's her. Stay woke. These women out here plotting harder than the feds, sir, not the pot calling the kettle toxic. An anonymous rapper who we're 99% positive rhymes with Future wrote in a now-deleted Instagram story. Meanwhile, Lil Scrappy was devastated. As witnesses in the courtroom claim, he sat back in his seat like someone hit him with a plot twist from his own life. According to sources, his legal team was taken by surprise and wasn't even prepared for. That footage, meaning Stevie J did this off-script, out of the blue like a reality TV villain with a vengeance, is the big question now. Why would Stevie J do this? What is his stake in all of this? Some claim he's sick of being used as a scapegoat, while others suggest he's been quietly planning retaliation for a long-standing feud that Bambi didn't remember. Still, others suggest that Stevie J may have leaked this on purpose because he knew someone else was going to beat him to it. In any case, the internet is consuming it, with TikTok sleuths dissecting the court footage's body language like it's a Super Bowl halftime show. The court has been temporarily adjourned pending a thorough investigation into the validity of this new evidence. That's right. What was supposed to be a routine hearing just sparked a multi-agency probe, according to Courthouse. Rumors the judge ordered an emergency analysis of the footage, bringing in experts to determine who leaked what. I've already uploaded a breakdown of what Bambi said in that viral tape. And Twitter, let's just say Free Scrappy, was trending right under Bambi Gate. The chillest moment of the day came just before the court recessed, when Bambi stood up, turned to face Stevie J, and, according to witnesses, mouthed the words, "You just ended your career." This is because she messed with what and who is lying through their veneers. Stevie is supposed to have grinned and replied, "No, I just started yours." Mic dropped, and as hostilities escalated, courtroom security had to intervene. Lil Scrappy then drove off in a different car. Bambi was hurried out a back exit, and Stevie J left like he was walking down the red carpet, as if he hadn't just thrown a legal grenade into a nuclear divorce case. This is where the real action occurred outside the courthouse. There were paparazzi everywhere, fans yelling, protesters holding signs that said, "Scrappy deserves better," and protesters holding signs that said, "Free the tape." In the middle of the chaos, Stevie J brushed off cameras as if he had just left a Grammy after-party rather than a courtroom battled zone. But let's go back in time, because now that the video has gone viral, everyone wants to know where the evidence came from, how long Stevie J has had it, and more importantly, who helped him obtain it. According to an anonymous tipster who tweets like a barbershop conspiracy theorist and claims to be a technical consultant for reality TV shows, this so-called evidence was never intended to be seen. Instead, it was part of a discarded reality TV subplot from a few seasons ago that was intended to create drama but was placed on the cutting room floor, leaving everyone else in the dark. Here's where it gets messy. A document that was purportedly leaked along with the video shows text messages between Bambi and an unlisted contact discussing court strategy and ways to emotionally discredit Scrappy. One line reads, "We need to make him look unstable. Use what you can." Apparently, he kept a copy just in case, similar to that ex who keeps your text for receipts, but this one has courtroom-level repercussions. Another, "We win if he loses it in court." Let that in the meantime, Bambi's legal team is in full damage control mode. Within 24 hours of the footage leak, they released a statement calling it doctored, malicious, and a desperate stunt by a known opportunist with no credibility. They even implied that the footage was edited. Those texts are real, we're using them loosely here because the handwriting might as well be tattooed with guilt. We're at the ChatGPT defense stage of the celebrity court drama. Bye, baby. But this is where Bambi really messed up. Instead of keeping quiet, she went live on Instagram that same night. Let them keep playing. Y'all don't even know half the story. They want to frame me like I'm some villain. Cool? Just wait till y'all hear what I got, she said in front of over 68,000 viewers. She didn't give names, but she didn't need to because everyone knew who Stevie was gunning at. Scrappy, possibly even Mona Scott. And based on the deluge of snake emojis and clown presents in her comments, the internet wasn't buying it. Meanwhile, Stevie J was occupied with sharing mysterious Instagram stories, one of which featured a burning envelope emoji and the caption, "People don't lie, receipts do." Then he casually posted a selfie with an Olympic gold courtroom badge. But beneath the petty behavior comes genuine fear, because, according to a leaked email, several legal bodies are now purportedly circling this circus like sharks. According to a courthouse assistant, the district attorney's office is analyzing the video to see if witness tampering or perjury happened in previous hearings. If that occurs, we're talking about actual charges, not TV drama. And bloggers and online detectives are already attempting to piece together timelines. One widely held belief is that Stevie J only made the video public after Bambi threatened to expose him for unrelated financial crimes connected to a failed business deal they had back in 2019. Allegedly, she has documents he's got footage. So this is war. And let's not forget about Lil Scrappy, who has been radio silent since the courtroom leak. But according to sources, he's mentally collapsing. Close friends say he's been betrayed, too many times to count, and he's thinking of withdrawing from all upcoming reality shows. One source claimed that Scrappy never anticipated that his child's mother and his own mentor would work together against him. As for Mona Scott, the Queen Puppet Master, she has been radio silent, which in Mona terms means that something significant is about to happen. It gets even more ridiculous from here. According to rumors, Stevie is holding on to a second drive that contains unreleased audio of Bambi trash-talking not only Scrappy, but other cast members. She allegedly goes off on producers, threatens to burn down the entire set, and drops names no one expected, including an A-list rapper who is allegedly connected to this scandal. Special others think she's collecting NDAs and cutting people off before they drag the entire franchise into legal mud, according to online legal insiders. Bambi's lawyer has filed an emergency motion to suppress any further distribution of malicious, confidential, or damaging material obtained through illicit means. Translation: Stevie J better lock that second drive in Fort Knox or get ready for subpoenas. But wait, there's more. Late last night, a blurry video appeared on TikTok that appears to be Bambi yelling in a parking garage. Who do you think wants that drive more than anyone else? She is yelling, "Y'all really going to do this to me over him? I made y'all famous." While two unidentified males surround her, one of them is holding what appears to be a laptop bag. This entire cast belongs on Snapped. Bambi's hands are dirtier than Stevie's old mixtapes, and Scrappy just wanted peace. But instead, he got Judge Judy versus Bad Boy Records, which even Mama D couldn't handle. Some claim it's old footage, while others claim it's from the night after court. In any case, it only fuels the viral fire. A real woman doesn't plot. She prays a fake one who edits videos. The Queen of Shade herself stated on Twitter in an attempt to resist. According to reports, a former assistant of Stevie J has offered to testify under oath regarding the chain of custody of the evidence, stating that Stevie's version is the clean copy, but that the original has even more, and that the original is allegedly still in a hotel room safe. In that tweet received over 100,000 likes in an hour. But the final nail in the coffin might not even come from the footage. Miami, investigators, court clerks, gossip blogs, reality stars, and former assistants are all participating in a perverse game of legal Jenga, and guess what? It's only just begun. With one assistant, one hotel room safe, and one unreleased original tape. The whole circus went from chaotic to disastrous, because if that clean copy hadn't already sent shockwaves through the courtroom industry and internet, insiders are speculating that the uncut version allegedly contains proof of collusion not only between Bambi and Stevie J, but also this case is not just about Lil Scrappy being betrayed in court. It's about the blurred line between reality TV and real-life criminal liability. which is now leaking all over the internet. Let's talk about the legal ramifications because court bloggers claim that things are becoming real. And a judicial review panel has called for certain Love and Hip Hop producers to have helped stage real-life events for drama while influencing actual legal proceedings. One unnamed former producer called it been called to ascertain whether certain testimonies made earlier in the Scrappy case, including Bambi's explosive claims about Scrappy's alleged instability that he made under oath, were influenced or changed by off-camera coercion. Those texts and footage indicate that she conspired to fabricate or embellish. We may face perjury charges. And that's not all the leaked footage that's currently making the rounds on various platforms, despite takedown notices, which is causing civil lawsuits. Scrappy's legal team is reportedly preparing a defamation case. Claims of deliberate emotional distress, slander, and reputational sabotage against Stevie J and Bambi. Word is that Scrappy is requesting $5 million in damages. But the goal is to clear his name rather than the money. Meanwhile, Stevie J's attorneys are already attempting to spin things, saying the video wasn't leaked, but rather shared in the public interest. Basically, the same legal loophole used by whistleblowers. Stevie views himself as a martyr for the truth, even though he has been drawn, however, as the attorneys fight. The internet does what it does best, reacts like it's the Super Bowl of chaos. One meme, which features Stevie J photoshopped into a judge's robe with the tagline, "All rise for the Honorable Petty King," is all over the internet. When the plot backfires, and while fans laugh, some of Scrappy's true supporters are rallying. "Around Him Hard" reads another, which depicts Bambi in jail, made of Lewin heels. The Justice for Scrappy GoFundMe campaign was published on social media by his mother, Mama D, who raised over $45,000 in only 72 hours. The message read, "They tried to break my baby, but God's court don't need no edits. Even celebrities are weighing in now." Tokyo Vanity tweeted, "The treachery was obvious even though the courtroom tape wasn't in high definition." Carly Red wrote in a Shade Room remark, "I told you that young Jake always manages to get into the game, and Bambi, who has been cunning since season 4, are just now catching up. I was there that day and the energy was off. I knew something wasn't right." Drama wrote in a video, "With everything going on, you would think that producers would step back, keep quiet, and reset the story. But news has it that Mona Scott is pushing for a live courtroom reunion special. It will be an unscripted raw sit-down where cast members confront each other about what happened. She wants to film it in the same courthouse hallway where the footage first leaked. And rumor has it that She's Bambi's camp is collapsing, and two of her closest friends who came on previous seasons of Love and Hip Hop have unfollowed her, removed her from group chats, and liked tweets about her being exposed. One of them, using a burner account, tweeted, "She thought she could control the narrative, but truth don't need a filter, boo." They are also offering $50,000 bonuses to anyone who is willing to bring truth in tears. Additionally, there is the anonymous whistleblower who sent a mysterious direct message to the court, informing them of the initial drive in Miami. They say they're doing this for the people. Scrappy has helped over the years, and they're sick of seeing good men destroyed for TV ratings. They even hinted that there may be more unreleased footage of conversations, audio recordings, voice notes, and even text chains involving Mona herself. If that's true, we could be seeing the beginning of a complete franchise collapse. At this point, fans are divided into 3 camps. Team Scrappy, who feels he's been duped and deserves complete vindication. Free Bambi, who think the courting. To people close to Scrappy, this is a life-altering betrayal. He is considering writing a tell-all memoir, with the working title being Unscripted Pain: The Truth They Never Aired. If that book is released, who will need popcorn and prayer? The bigger question now isn't just what happens next, but who goes down with the ship because Stevie J might think he won. The whole thing is overblown, and she's being used as a scapegoat. And the chaotic neutrals don't care who is at fault as long as every messy detail is posted online. By releasing the video first. But now he's being investigated for potential evidence tampering and even retaliation, exposing a legal gray area that could come back to haunt him. Bambi is now dealing with public outrage, lost brand deals, and growing rumors of legal repercussions. He's tenacious, but the harm to his reputation and custody case may be irreparable, and Mona, oh Mona, the queen behind the scenes, may have gone too far if the original footage demonstrates producer interference or a manipulation of actual we wait for the Miami Drive, subpoenas and NDAs to leak friendships and secrets to make headlines, because in this courtroom soap opera, there are no saints, just villains with better lighting and confessionals with better microphones. Just when you think the chaos is over, new footage surfaces, new reactions explode, and new sides take shape. Legal proceedings, Love and Hip Hop, as we know it could be done, are canceled. Syndication pulled reruns and replaced with apology documentaries. Truth is the messiest character in this drama. So now that the masks are off, the footage is out, and reputations are collapsing faster than a Love and Hip Hop contract during tax season. We have to ask the real question: who is really to blame? Was Bambi always planning behind closed doors while grinning on camera? Or did Stevie J just pull the most chaotic Uno reverse in reality TV history? Or was this entire situation planned from the beginning by those who knew that real suffering sells better than scripted drama? It's your turn now. Do you think Scrappy was set up? Was this all a clout-chasing move by Stevie J? Is Bambi a master manipulator or just caught in the crossfire of a bigger game? Share your theories and predictions in the comments section. Clearly, no one else is, so don't hold back. More importantly, how many more tapes are sitting in safes across the country just waiting to go viral? This wasn't just a courtroom case, either. The final secret is about to be revealed.